Hey guys, welcome back to DNA Vlogs, and this is Dipen from Pune. At the backdrop you can see TNT 250. This belongs to my friend and is lying with me since quite a few months because he's out of town. So अभी वो वापस आने वाले हैं and I took a small test ride and all of the bike and I found few issues which I am fixing now. So बने रहेगा वीडियो में and आखिर तक देखिएगा ये basic DIY हम कैसे करते हैं, how we fix the issue. So you guys can observe that the bike is quite dirty. So I had taken it for washing and washing wala unfortunately band tha and my son was sitting behind, where we noticed when we hit a potler or something, or when we go over the speed breaker, this bolt over here was touching this mud guard, okay, or not mud guard, the chain guard or the chain spray guard or the chain cover. So this could have been fatal. I mean, I see it has also touched the swing arm. Now it could be fatal in some cases where if it gets stuck, you could lose the balance or something of the bike, because if this twists in some manner or something, or if that could also cut the swing arm bhi cut kar sakta hai. So what I'm going to do is now we're not going to do anything here, and usually once the bike goes old and if you have a lot of pillion usage, pair rakh ke, this usually goes inside or goes loose or something. So what we're going to do is ये चेंज तो नहीं करने वाले हैं. चेंज करना है तो उसमें कुछ DIY बताना है नहीं. You straight go to the workshop and get it replaced. Now this being a Benelli, इसके parts easily मिलते भी नहीं है. So just in case if you land up in similar situation, you can do the following. If this is bent or something, what you can do is you can remove these two bolts and add some spacers over here. Once you add the spacers over here, the whole thing will shift outside. So we will shift this whole thing outside, as well as we'll try to reduce the bolt width over here. So this way your swing arm is moving quite freely. On this side you can see there's no such issue. It's not the exhaust bolt and all is not coming down or not touching anywhere. So let's quickly remove these two bolts, and then I've arranged some washers also that we'll install, and then we'll check the line. Okay, now how will we check the line? Okay, approximately I can show you. It is like this. Okay, now this is not a perfect checking method because I don't have a scale or something right now, but in general you will come to know after the installation is over how much space is left. So I'll remove this Allen first at top, both the ones. Okay, this both I'll remove. Now mind you, if your bolts are too old, make sure you spray WD-40 inside and then remove, because if the bolts are rusted and all, and if you try to remove them, for example, look at this one, this was also rusted. Okay, so we sprayed WD-40 and kept it for 5-10 minutes, and then we're now going to, I see this itself is broken. Its mount itself is broken, so I'll try some other solution now. Probably it has rusted and completely come off, but not an issue. I've got a solution for this also. Let me remove the both the bolts out first and then check the condition. So after removing, what I noticed is after removing the bolt, what I noticed is that this whole thing, the nut that is welding inside is moving, probably because of rust or something. Welding points have come out. So solution to this is, luckily it is not coming out completely, and if I want to tighten it, it is getting tightened or loosened. Okay, so probably it has some lock points left inside. So I'm taking a longer bolt than the current one. Okay, this is the current one. I'm taking a longer bolt. Ye lamba bolt, once I have this longer bolt, isko back side pe we'll put a nut so that the bolt doesn't come off at all. Okay, I'm not going to go and get this welded now because it's going to spoil the color from here, and it's going to spoil the chassis color and all completely. So let's begin putting this bolts inside. So instead of using this single long bolt, I'm using two longer bolts because I need to add kind of 3 cup washers on both the side to extend the, okay, since we need to extend the swing footrest outside a bit, I'm going to be using like a couple of 3 washers like this. It would be good if you can use a little bigger washers. Now I don't have them right now, So temporarily I'm going to use this to show you this, to show you how the DIY can be done. but later on you can replace them with proper big washers, and this will get mounted over here now. So right now I added 3 washers as I told you, and उसके बाद देखो ये distance कितना बढ़ गया है. Okay, it's almost 1 finger. We don't need it too much because ये footrest अगर ज़्यादा बाहर आ गया तो वो वाला, I mean the pillion will be uncomfortable with that one inside and this one more outside. So I'm going to reduce this to 2 washers first and check 2 or 1 washers. I will physically check और जो होगा final आपको दिखाता हूँ. So guys, I ended up using 3 washers, I mean 2 washers at the front and 3 at the back. I had to use 3 at the back because this bolt that had a, it was half thread and it was not completely going inside. So to keep space I had to do that, and I put a nut from back side, and look at the space now between the, okay, there's a whole hand space or a palm space, okay, between the nut and the swing arm. Now I forgot to tell you at the beginning of the video what is this nut for, or what is this nut bolt for. You get a this thing over here, sari guard, okay, which is mounted with from here this bolt, okay. So I didn't want to get, easiest way was to get rid of the nut bolt, and there was enough space, but again if my friend plans to put back the sari guard somewhere in future, this would be a trouble. Right now what he just has to do is just unbolt this and put the sari guard and put the bolt back, and his work is done. He's got enough space for the sari guard too. So this was a quick DIY. I rode the bike also, मैंने गाड़ी चला भी ली. तो एक हिंदी में एक समरी फटाफट दे देता हूँ. ये जो अपना फुटरेस्ट है ये यहाँ पे लग रहा था, इसका जो नट है यहाँ पे लग रहा था, ओके. वो न लगने के लिए हमने क्या किया, वॉशर डाले यहाँ पे, ओके. 3 वॉशर तकरीबन यहाँ पे डाले हैं मैंने, और 2 यहाँ पे डाले हैं, जिसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, ये फुटरेस्ट जो है पूरा बाहर आ गया, इस साइड पे आ गया, और अभी यहाँ पे इनफ स्पेस है. ये नट बोल्ट इसलिए है यहाँ पे कि यहाँ पे एक साड़ी गार्ड लग सके. फ्यूचर में अगर कुछ लॉज वगैरह वापस आते हैं, मेरा फ्रेंड वापस लगाना चाहता है साड़ी गार्ड, तो ही कैन ईजिली पुट इट. ये सिर्फ बोल्ट निकालना है, ओके, ये वाला नट निकालना है, यहाँ पे साड़ी गार्ड बैठ जाएगा और यहाँ के फिटिंग्स ऊपर के बैठ जाएंगे, एंड देन योर वर्क इज़ मतलब आपका काम चालू हो जाएगा. सो आई होप ये छोटा सा एक क्विक DIY वीडियो आपको पसंद आ गया हो. इफ़ यस, लाइक कर देना, शेयर कर देना, एंड अगर आप मेरे चैनल पे नए हो तो सब्सक्राइब कर देना. इस बाइक पे और वीडियोस आने वाले हैं. इसका क्लच थोड़ा सा हार्ड है, फ्रंट एंड रेयर ब्रेक्स हार्ड है, लग नहीं रहे हैं, तो ये सब ओवरऑल करेंगे. और 3 चीज़ों का तो और तकरीबन 3 वीडियोस आ जाएंगे मेरे चैनल पे, तो अपलोड करूँगा वीकली में भी एक वीडियो, या फ्यूचर में जैसे मेरे को टाइम मिले. अभी तो काफ़ी टाइम है, मेरा दोस्त जब वापस आएगा इसको लेने को, उसके पहले इसके छोटे छोटे फिक्सेस करेंगे.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda.